Hello and welcome to another episode of 5 O'Clock Tales. I'm Molly Wellmann and I'm here to show you another really great classic cocktail. Now this one, for this episode, I want to show you is one of my most favorite drinks to make. I make this a lot at Japps, especially if somebody comes up and they say they love Manhattans. Well, this is the drink for you. You are going to love this drink. Now, this is called the Saratoga, and this dates back to the 1870s, 1880s, in that kind of era in New York, in Saratoga. Now, this cocktail was created, I think, for a man named John Morrissey. Now, John Morrissey was this really interesting fella. He was a New Yorker. In the 1860s, he moved to San Francisco. He thought he was going to go and pan for gold and silver and get rich that way. No, he got rich by gambling and by bare knuckle boxing, this kind of boxing, and he did really well. He came back to New York. He opened up a bunch of saloons and gambling halls and did really well. He made a lot of influential, very rich friends. At one point in the 1860s, during the Civil War, he went up to Saratoga, where there was kind of like this town where people would go and take in the waters, in the fresh air. And he decided to put together a horse race. Now, this horse race did so well in the middle of the Civil War. Who knew he could find some fast horses during the Civil War? But he did. And it turned into where he was able to open up the Saratoga race course with a bunch of his other friends. And with that, he also opened up a gambling club called the Saratoga Clubhouse. Now, I believe this drink probably was served at the Saratoga Clubhouse. This was one that was put into a book by a friend of his named Jerry Thomas. This is one that was very, very popular. And I think it's going to be very popular in your whole drinking repertoire as well. And it's very, very easy to make. So let's get to it, okay? First of all, you're going to need a cocktail glass for this one and a mixing glass, all right? We're going to need some whiskey. Now, you can use rye whiskey. I prefer to use a Kentucky straight bourbon. I'm using Wild Turkey because, well, that's what I've been mixing with. I have a lot of great bourbons in my collection, but during this quarantine, I've actually needed something that was a little stronger. So I've been using the Wild Turkey. It works really well for mixing. So let's start with that. We're going to use 2 ounces of this in the Saratoga. So 2 ounces of a good strong whiskey, rye or bourbon, your preference. It's up to you. Then we're going to use some sweet vermouth. Now, I like to use Antica Carpano, but make sure whatever sweet vermouth you're using, make sure it's fresh. Make sure it's not something that's been sitting on the back of your bar for months and months and months. If it has, just throw that away. Go out and get yourself a new bottle of sweet vermouth. And then after you open it, keep it in your refrigerator. It lasts a little longer. It's fresher. It's going to make a better drink for you. I truly believe this. Some people are different in the way they think, but I really like to keep mine fresh in the refrigerator. So we're going to use a 1/2 ounce of the sweet vermouth right in there. And then we're going to use brandy. Now, if you've been following along and you've been making some of the drinks, you should have brandy in your house by now. We're going to use 1 ounce of brandy for this. This is a stronger drink and it's really good. And then you'll need your bitters. So just a few dashes of Angostura bitters should do it. And then add your ice. All right, that should do it. And then give it a stir and chill it. I always say if you have juice in your cocktail, then shake it. If it's all alcohol, then that's when you stir it. You want to make sure that this is nicely chilled, but it's not going to compromise all of the delicate flavors that are in all of the alcohol. So we just want to chill it nice and soft. And also, you want it to be kind of soft on the mouthfeel. If you shake this, it's going to be very sharp and you're going to lose a lot of flavor. All right, get your strainer and strain that right in. Ooh, a little bit got out there. Right into your cocktail glass like so. Now, you can garnish this if you want. When I'm at home, I don't do a lot of garnishing. I usually just do that at the bar, but this works just as well. This is the Saratoga, and this is going to be a drink that you are going to love over and over again. It's really, really great. Cheers, everyone. I hope that you are enjoying these videos. If you are, please think about giving to our GoFundMe for my bartenders or to my Venmo. I have them listed down in wherever, up there or down there. Awesome. I'll see you next time. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.